You've heard the talk. High frequencies, new energies, light codes, gateway to higher dimensions. Everyone's talking about the 6-6 portal. And at first glance, it sounds beautiful. A powerful opportunity, a chance to align, a chance to rise. But here's the truth that few will tell you. This portal is not what you think. And what is happening behind the scenes is deeper and more complex than most realize. The 6-6 gateway is real. It is a powerful energetic alignment. But it is also an amplifier, a magnifier, a field destabilizer if you are not prepared. And right now, behind the surface narrative of light and love, something else is moving. Have you felt it? The strange tension in the air, the emotional surges, the dreams turning darker, the unexplainable fatigue, and the sense that something is happening beneath the surface, something you can't quite name. That is not your imagination, because what is happening now as this portal window approaches is not just about ascension. It is about choice, about alignment, about which frequency, which version of reality you will lock in for the next cycle. And the unseen forces that profit from human disempowerment, they know this. This is why, right now, there is a massive surge of false frequency programming around this portal. Messages telling you to stay only in high vibe, ignore shadow, avoid any negative feelings, chase light at all costs. Why? Because the 6-6 portal is not a free pass. It is a mirror. It will amplify whatever is already coded in your field, whether aligned or distorted. And if your field is floating in bypass, if your field is fragmented by unprocessed shadow, if your frequency is artificially elevated, disconnected from the body, the portal will lock those distortions in, and they will echo through your timeline for months to come. This is the deeper game happening behind the scenes. While the surface narrative is flooded with love and light messages, unseen forces are seeding the field with false light downloads, bypass programs, spiritual superiority loops, polarity-based distractions. Why? Because when the portal magnifies this programming, it becomes harder to clear and harder to discern. This is why you may have felt off lately, why so many are reporting disconnection from intuition, increased emotional chaos, fatigue despite rest, sudden doubts and confusion, dreams that feel invasive. You are sensing the deeper currents moving beneath this portal window, and your system knows something is not as it seems. But here is the good news. The portal is a mirror, but also a choice point. And those who see through the surface narrative, who clear the false light, who ground into authentic alignment, they will move through this gateway with clarity and power. Because beneath the distortions, the true portal is waiting, a doorway to accelerated embodiment, to timeline mastery, to deeper soul alignment, but only for those who choose to see beyond the illusion. In the next parts, we'll go deeper into what is really happening behind the scenes of this 6-6 portal, how false light hijack works through portal windows, how to clear your field before the amplification peaks, how to move through this gateway sovereign and whole. You are not behind. You are not crazy. You are waking up, right on time. And this portal? It is not something to fear, but something to master. And it starts now. To understand how to move through this 6-6 portal with clarity, you must first understand what is really happening behind the scenes. Because this is not just an energy boost event. It is a multi-dimensional convergence point, a window where multiple streams of influence converge on the human field. And it is critical to see this clearly now, before the window peaks. First, the 6-6 portal is not created by human intention. It is an organic, energetic alignment. Planetary geometries, solar codes, galactic currents. Together, they create a field amplifier. But amplifiers do not create alignment. They magnify what is already present. This is why portal windows feel different to different people. For some, profound breakthroughs. For others, destabilization. For others, nothing but confusion. Why? Because the field amplifies your dominant thoughts, your unconscious patterns, your emotional residue, your shadow, your embodied frequency. And here is where the manipulation begins. Because unseen forces, energetic, cultural, even technological, are aware of this. They know that if they can influence what you are carrying into the portal, they can shape what locks into your timeline. And right now, leading into this 6-6 gateway, there is a massive surge of false light downloads, frequencies that feel high but disconnect you from body and intuition. Spiritual bypass programs, teachings that encourage ignoring shadow and chasing positive states. Polarity triggers, narratives that pull you into judgment, righteousness, or division. Mental hijacks, subtle frequency implants that create looping thoughts, fatigue, or fear. These are not random. They are patterned. They are designed. Because if you carry these distortions through the 6-6 portal, the amplification will lock them in. And once locked, they become part of your field's new normal. This is why so many light workers and seekers, even after years of work, suddenly feel energetically drained, intuitively disconnected, caught in loops, unsure of their path, lost in comparison or polarity. It is not because they are failing. It is because the field is being seeded now for this portal window. And unless you see this clearly, you can unconsciously carry these distortions through the gateway. So what is really happening behind the scenes? Here is the deeper layer. During portal alignments like 6-6, the Earth grid becomes more porous, more receptive, more interactive. This allows for higher soul downloads, collective upgrades, timeline shifts. But it also opens the field to hijacked thought forms, false guidance streams, subtle entity influence, artificial frequency modulation, including through media and tech. In simple terms, the veil's thin. And whatever you are resonating with most strongly, consciously or unconsciously, gets amplified, anchored, echoed forward. This is why just staying high vibe is not enough. Because if your high vibe is built on bypass, false light, or spiritual ego, you are feeding the very programs that distort the field. The real work now is not to get higher. It is to clear distortion, ground authenticity, embody coherence, integrate shadow, align true frequency. Because when you do, the portal will amplify your sovereignty, your true path, your embodied timeline. But if you move through unaware, chasing surface narratives, the portal will amplify the hijack. And you will find yourself weeks from now wondering, why do I feel more lost after all this work? You are here now because your intuition already senses this. And the next phase is to spot the distortions in your field and clear them. In the next parts, we'll go deeper into how false light and bypass distortions seed your field, how to spot them in real time, especially in these days before the portal, how to clear and stabilize authentic frequency before stepping through, because you are not meant to be hijacked. You are meant to walk through this gateway in clarity, power, and sovereignty, and you will. Now we move to the core of the work. Because if you can see the distortions, you can clear them. And if you clear them now, before the 6-6 portal peaks, you will move through this window fully aligned. But if you do not, the portal will amplify what is present. So how do these false light and bypass distortions actually enter your field? It's simpler and subtler than you might think. And it's happening to thousands, even millions of sincere seekers right now, especially in this pre-portal window. Layer 1, mental programming. This is where it starts.
False narratives enter through the mental body first. You must always be high vibe. Negative thoughts block your manifestation. Ignore the shadow, just stay in light. If you feel low, you're doing it wrong. These ideas sound empowering, but they create a split, a pressure to perform spirituality, a rejection of natural emotional rhythms. And this splits the field. The mind chases high. The body and emotions are suppressed. Result, a fractured field perfect for hijack. Layer 2, emotional bypass. Once the mind is hooked, emotional bypass follows. You start avoiding grief, anger, fear, sadness. You tell yourself, I must transmute this immediately. I shouldn't feel this. This is low vibe. But emotions are energy in motion, and they must be felt to be cleared. Bypassing them creates stagnation in the emotional body, and stagnant emotional energy is prime feeding ground for hijack patterns. Layer 3, etheric field weakening. As the mental and emotional layers split, the etheric field begins to thin. This is your energetic immune system, the subtle body that protects your field. When it weakens, you experience fatigue, brain fog, disconnection from intuition, strange off feelings, sleep disturbances, unexplainable anxiety or fear.
This is when false light frequencies fully enter, not as obvious darkness, but as sweet-sounding guidance that keeps you seeking external answers, disconnects you from grounded embodiment, traps you in spiritual identity instead of authentic alignment. How to spot it? Real-time signs. Now let's make it practical. Signs you are running false light or bypass right now. 1. Feeling spiritually high but physically drained. After meditations or activations, you feel headache, exhaustion, disorientation. This is a sign of upper field overactivation without grounding. 2. Emotional numbness or forced positivity. You catch yourself pushing away negative emotions, forcing smiles, using love and light to avoid conflict or shadow. 3. Guidance that leads to inaction. You receive grand visions, channelings, downloads, but they never translate into grounded, embodied action. You stay in potential, but life does not shift. 4. Increased polarity or spiritual superiority. You start thinking, they are asleep, I am awake. We are the light, they are the dark. This is the only path. 5. Loss of intuitive clarity. Your gut wisdom fades. You second-guess everything. You start chasing more and more external guidance. Why this matters now? The 6-6 amplification. Every one of these patterns is being targeted right now. The field is saturated with high vibe only messaging, false ascension programs, bypass teachings disguised as advanced spirituality. Why? Because if these distortions are present when the 6-6 portal peaks, the amplification will cement them deeper in your field, disrupt your authentic timeline, create months of confusion post-portal. This is not to fear, it is to empower, because now you can see it, and when you see it, you can clear it. In the next part, we'll go step by step through how to clear these distortions fully, how to stabilize authentic frequency, how to prepare your field for clean portal entry. You are not failing, you are awakening, and you are right on time, because this portal can be a trap, or it can be the most powerful activation of your life. And you will choose. Now we enter the most important phase, clearing, because awareness alone is not enough. The portal will amplify what is embodied, not what is understood. And this is why so many seekers, even after seeing the trap, still carry distortions through the window. They don't clear. They chase more information. But your field responds to embodiment, not intellect. Here is your step-by-step path to clear false light and fully prepare your field for the 6-6 gateway. Step 1. Stop chasing high vibe. First, the most critical step. Stop trying to stay up. True frequency is not high. It is whole. It includes light, shadow, joy, grief, ecstasy, rage. Chasing only high creates field split. Integration creates field strength. The window is open. The energies are moving, and your field is being scanned, tested, and amplified moment by moment. This is the phase where everything shifts, because many prepare before the portal but collapse during the amplification. They get caught in the collective emotional surge, last-minute fear narratives, urgent spiritual FOMO, sudden fatigue or doubt. Why? Because amplification triggers what is unintegrated. It brings it to the surface, fast. And if you react unconsciously, you anchor the distortion. This is why presence is the master key now. The field does not care what you know. It responds to what you are, embodied right now. Here is how to move through this gateway fully sovereign and clear. 1. Slow everything down. When the field amplifies, time warps. You will feel urgency, racing thoughts, emotional spikes, body tension. Do not speed up. Slow down. Because sovereignty lives in presence, and false light can only hook reactivity. Mantra: I move in my own rhythm. I choose presence. I move through this gateway whole. 2. Stay embodied. The temptation now will be to escape into upper chakras, chase visions, over-meditate, seek external activations. Stop. Anchor in the body. This is the phase where movement, grounding, breath, sensation become your greatest tools. If you feel destabilized, ask, where is my body right now? Bring awareness to breath, feet, sensation. This anchors the field instantly. 3. Discern input ruthlessly. In this phase, the collective field floods with urgent portal content, fear narratives, false activations, bypass hype. You do not need more input now. You need alignment. Trust your body over all external voices. If content destabilizes you, shut it off. Your field knows what it needs. 4. Honor what arises. If grief, anger, fear surfaces, good. It means the portal is working, surfacing what can be cleared. Do not bypass. Do not raise above it. Feel, breathe, integrate. This is the highest mastery, not escaping shadow, but integrating it through the gateway. 5. Focus on frequency, not outcome. Do not try to manifest specific results during amplification. That creates grasping, which distorts the field. Instead, focus on embodied frequency. Am I present? Am I grounded? Am I sovereign? Am I aligned? This is what the portal amplifies most powerfully. Authentic state, not mental intent. 6. Anchor timeline with simple presence. At the peak of the portal, June 6, keep it simple. Ideal actions: walk in nature, ground barefoot, breath work, stillness, journaling for clarity. The more presence you hold, the more clearly the portal mirrors your authentic frequency. Final reminder: you are ready. If you are here, you are ready. You know the game. You see the distortions. You feel what is true. The 6-6 gateway is not something to fear. It is a mirror and a magnifier. And you have the tools to move through it. Aligned, embodied, sovereign, clear. Whatever arises, breathe. Whatever moves, integrate. Whatever calls, trust. You are not here to be hijacked. You are not here to perform. You are here to walk through this gateway as you are,
whole, aligned, free. This is your moment, and your next timeline begins now.